Nothing had prepared this Dutch farmer to one day post this sign at the entrance of her farm. "No criminals on my land," it reads. The sign is aimed directly at the growing number of drug criminals approaching farmers in this rural region in the southeast of the Netherlands.
They contact farmers in the area asking if they can use their empty barns to produce drugs. Because we live in an isolated region, they can operate discreetly and stay out of sight.
The problem has become so widespread that the Farmers' Union has launched a public awareness campaign. Today, Thijs Rompelberg shows an example of the sort of letters drug criminals are putting through the letterboxes of farmers in the Netherlands.
Dear property owner, I'm looking to rent a space, a barn, shed, room, attic, or basement. I would pay you around 10,000 euros every 8 to 10 weeks for a space of 10 to 12 square meters.
I think that if you're struggling financially and you receive a letter like that, it's easy to think, for that kind of money, maybe I should consider it, and even do it. But I myself would never allow it on my land, to keep me and my family safe. If you say yes, there's no turning back.
Thijs is determined to tackle one of the most harmful consequences of this type of drug criminality: the illegal dumping of toxic lab waste on the farmers' fields and the environment.
We're seeing a sharp rise in the number of illegal dumping sites for drug waste. If you find it on your land, it's a sign that a drug lab or cannabis farm is operating nearby. The growing number of farmers being approached by criminals, combined with the increasing discoveries of chemical waste, is clear evidence that organized crime is taking root in our countryside.
Last year, 42 of such illegal dumping sites were uncovered in the province of Limburg. In most cases, the highly toxic substances had already seeped into the soil. Cecile fears that she, one day, will also find such waste on her farm.
I'd be worried about the grass my cows eat. It could become toxic and dangerous to their health and contaminate their feed. It wouldn't be good for milk production or for the meat.
Erik de Jonge is a forest ranger in the southern province of Brabant. One day, whilst on patrol in the nature reserve under his care, he stumbled upon a major illegal dumping site. He takes us back to the spot, a place that 4 years later still hasn't recovered. The drug waste was dumped directly onto the forest soil.
This place has been completely devastated, ecologically speaking. I like to compare it to a sort of toxic bomb site. Anything that comes into contact with this soil dies. But the real disaster is happening underground. If the source isn't found and cleaned up, the situation gets worse and worse. The substances spread through the soil and don't break down.
Besides smaller illegal dumping sites, the province of Brabant now counts 5 large sites like the one de Jonge shows. With them comes a hefty cleaning bill.
The total cost of cleaning up this area is estimated at 2.5 million euros. And we're not done yet. It could end up costing even more.
Just a few dozen meters away, the remains of the dismantled drug lab are still visible.
This was a cocaine laundry where it is chemically processed and extracted. It often arrives hidden, impregnated in boxes or textiles, and then smuggled into the Netherlands. Then it's extracted from those materials using a chemical process.
During recent dismantling operations, Erik noticed a concerning fact. No waste was found near some labs, raising fears of a yet undiscovered new criminal dumping network. As criminals develop ever more advanced methods, the Dutch police seem to have their hands full.
Limburg lies between Germany and Belgium. Criminals don't want to travel far with this kind of waste. They just want to get rid of it as quickly as possible. Because drug crime crosses borders and Belgian, German and Dutch criminals work together, Limburg has become prime dumping ground.
The same observation is made by the mayor of Echtzuchteren, a town near the German and Belgian border. To combat trafficking, he's calling for a harmonized EU-wide policy.
Grow shops are banned in the Netherlands, but legal in Germany. Producing ketamine is illegal in Germany, but permitted in the Netherlands. We need to move beyond national borders and adopt a single, unified policy to tackle the criminal networks dealing in drugs.
A few months ago, a drug lab was discovered in the city center of Echtzuchteren, on the first floor of a popular pub. This is a troubling sign that drug criminals are now operating in plain sight, right under the noses of the residents living in this small Dutch city.